Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. It's March 15th, 2023. Today, Zack Snyder breaks part of the internet, although if you're on Twitter, you wouldn't know about it. I'll explain why. We're going to be talking about that. Guillermo del Toro tackling another monster story. A whole bunch of other great news to talk about. It's Hollywood After Dark. You know what time it is. Smack the like and let's fucking go. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. It's another day. It's another Hollywood After Dark. So you know what time it is. All right. And a lot's gone on today. Man, a lot has gone on today. I'm not even going to be able to get to all of the news that went on today in the allotted program time. We've only got about an hour and a half, so there's a lot to get to. So let's talk to the chat for a little bit. Let's see what you guys are up to because, folks, we're going to be laughing tonight. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy, are we going to be laughing tonight? Man, I gotta say, first and foremost, you know what? I am happy sometimes to be lazy because what I was looking for tonight was exactly where I needed it in regards to a PowerPoint presentation, which is why we will be having a PowerPoint presentation. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sphere Commander says, beware the Ides of March. Yes, beware the Ides of March. I don't really know what the fuck that means, to be honest with you. I feel like I should. I feel like I should probably at some point in time know what that means. It's something historical, I believe. But when my purview, all things considered, quite frankly, is the like movies and stuff. I don't know all that kind of crap, right? Ryan Kinnell's Hairy Nips. For $2, thank you, right off the bat. Tell Saggy I love her. I love Riley Reid. I don't know what the two of them have to do with one another. I know that Saggy and Riley both have tattoos. One of them is not Riley Reid. You know what I mean? Like one of them, I can't fully admit the lengths of which I have watched one of them. But it's not Saggy. That's the one I'm talking about that I haven't seen. All right, but the other one, I'm pretty fully aware. That's when Julius Caesar, Julia Chaser, right? I'm sorry. Are you trying to say Julius Caesar or Julia Chaser? I don't know. I have no freaking idea, right? I have no freaking idea. But my God, guys, today's been just insane. All right, just insane. Okay, so I'm getting the request. To bring on a special person, to bring on a friend. You all know her. You all love her. We're going to talk about everything involving the SnyderCon stuff, but there is some news to get to first. Okay, Nick Winstead here says the assassination by the Senate of Julius Caesar. Et tu, Brutus? Et tu? Yes. Now I know that one because you know what? I've seen the show. I've seen the show on HBO. That's how I got my studies done back in the day. So, all right, joining me is Saggy with a very, wow, what is that? What do you have on in the background on there? It's like, are you outside?
No, it's a part of the filter to make it look like a comic book.
No, not your picture, your audio. It sounds like.
Oh, what the hell? Hold on.
Yeah, it's very loud.
Hold on, let me mute it. Give me a second. I don't know why it does that.
It does that because StreamYard hates me. All right, Rational here says, can we watch the trailer? I DM'd you. Maybe, if we have time. Okay, if we have time. I have to be honest with you, we have time. We'll see what's going on. Throg here for a $5. Thanks, buddy. I have it on good authority that Disney is bankrolling Senor Snyder's Justice League on Netflix. My good friend Phil McCup overheard a WB exec QT QT? I'm not too sure what that is. All right, so Saggy, let's see. Oh, I'm gonna bring her back. Okay, she's figuring that out right there. So, all right, guys, as we get ready for her to figure all this crap out. Oh my God. Okay, Rational. We'll see what's going on. I've seen that movie, by the way. I have seen that movie, and I do enjoy that movie. I was drunk as fuck but I enjoy the hell out of that film. All right, so while we wait for Saggy to figure that out, again, we have to kind of go through some of the particulars. Of course, you guys are going to want to check out the Waxworks Explained Patio comedy. That is going to be up tomorrow. It was supposed to be up today. Saggy, your audio is still so loud. It's it's like you have it cranked up internally. You need to like turn the modulation down on your end. Go to your settings, microphone input, and it should be able to like lower it, but it sounds like it's cranked to 10. Anyway, Waxworks, I watched the movie last night. I meant to talk about it today. I'll fully admit I got distracted. I was finishing up watching The Last of Us, and one of my kids is like, she had diarrhea. So, there's that. Anyway, so that's going to be coming up tomorrow on Patio Commentary, anywhere you guys get your podcasts, on youtube.com/Patio Commentary. I would love to get to 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours watched. Got to get some of that cheddar. And I say that predominantly because you might notice a lot more YouTube shorts popping up on the channel. I dropped quite a few today as a result because I did that Chris Rock one the other day, and it's at nearly 200,000 views. So, and it's brought a lot of people into the channel. So that's something I got to focus on for YouTube and everything else. But moving on, I wanted to make a graphic for this. I did drop it earlier on the channel memberships, the HWAD Squad Unplugged. If you have questions or comments or whatever, and you are a channel member, you can head over to the community tab right now and you can find the one for today and we'll check it out towards the end. HWAD Squad Unplugged, channel member exclusive, here on Hollywood After Dark. I'll upgrade the graphic as we go along, but I wanted to do something better to look at. So anyway, let us dive right into the first story of the night. Shazam! Fury of the Gods drops tomorrow in theaters. People are already watching it. People are already relatively enjoying it. Right now, it's rocking about a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes based on about 43 reviews. Cadence saw it, really, really, really liked it. And it's one of those things where I'm hoping that this movie is going to do well. It's saying $35 million domestic. I don't even think that's a low estimate. I really think that is probably the estimate that they're going for. And unfortunately, I just don't know if this movie is going to pull it in the way that I want, And so I would love to see this kind of stuff continue on because it's not bathed in the same controversy that the rest of the DCEU is, right? Whatever controversy might come to Shazam, Fury of the Gods has everything to do with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And that's all I'm going to say on that, right? That's all I'm going to say on that. All right, joining me again is Saggy. Can you hear me? You got it? That sounds better.
Oh, thank God. I was like, why is it doing that? I've been doing that lately. I don't know why. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody.
No, sometimes StreamYard does that. It just happens, unfortunately. So there's definitely some stuff there. But anyway, are you excited at all to check out Shazam when it comes to HBO Max in 45 days?
No. I'll watch it if there's something else to watch. I mean, I never was really big into Shazam. Like, RJ was like, why do you hate Shazam? I'm like, I don't hate it. It's just Shazam was never a character I cared that much about. So it wasn't like I saw the first one. It was like, okay, this is kind of like, it made me giggle here and there, but it's not like a movie I'm like, oh, I gotta go see this. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I mean, I really liked the first one, so I'm excited to see it. We might have to keep the kids home again tomorrow just because, like, again, my daughter, she's got a bit of a runny nose tonight. So we're just kind of like gauging it. And I'm like, well, if they stay home, then I can go see Shazam tomorrow afternoon.
Right.
So maybe I'll sneak off and go see it before I go out doing delivery driving. The first week of, it's this goddamn daylight savings is fucking everything up. Jess here for 2. Thank you very much. Says, Shazam! Fury of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he kind of kept himself away from this one. I don't even think he produced this one. So I have no idea what's going on with that. But yeah, Dwayne ain't involved anymore. Ryan Kennels, Harry Nips says, Making Good looks hella fine. Yes, she does. She looked hella fine on the first one too. So I'll say it. Yeah. She's an attractive lady. She's an attractive lady. Well, I try not to objectify Saggy.
Well, you are.
Me saying she's an attractive lady. Yeah, she's pleasant on the eyes. What did Frost say? She's not here to be pleasing on the eyes to you or whatever it was.
Pleasing on the eyes for you, yeah.
Yeah, right? Like she's not here for that. That's just a bonus. That's like the only thing I could say to that one. Is like, yes, that's not her primary directive is to make me go, ooh, right? That's not the primary directive. It's just an added bonus. You know, it's like when you go get a burrito and they're like, hey, we have an extra taco. Would you like it? Yeah, awesome.
Dude,
It wasn't expected, but it's a pleasant surprise. Oh no, I had to deliver fish and chips tonight. I haven't had my inner European was like fish and chips, you know, and I'm all like, please don't.
Great though.
I know they are. I was like, please don't answer the door. I wait 8 minutes. This food is mine. And then like that didn't fucking happen. Anyway, it was a weird ass night. So moving on, because I said there's a lot to get to. We got to get to the funny, but we got to get through the news. So what another thing popped up today, and this is pretty fantastic in my opinion, is Guillermo del Toro is going to be tackling Frankenstein over at Netflix. This is the general gist of the story. Del Toro, the acclaimed director who won Best Director and Best Picture Oscars in 2018 for his film The Shape of Water, as well as Best Animated Film just the other day for Pinocchio, is in early talks with actors Andrew Garfield, Oscar Isaac, and Mia Goth to star in his upcoming Netflix adaptation of Frankenstein. While Del Toro is still working on the script and no formal offers have been made, he has met with all three actors who are reportedly on board with the projects. Yeah, no shit. Right? He won Best Director and Best Picture for a movie where a fish man has sex with a deaf woman.
Yeah, he did.
Right? And like the movie opens with a woman masturbating in a tub. Let's not forget the opening. Sally Hawkins goes to town on herself, you know. Yeah. And that was a bit shocking. I was watching the movie and I'm just like, oh, okay, she's getting ready for work in the morning. She's going to take a bath. Oh, Lordy. Lordy. She is
record, that's not realistic. Most women don't do it in the bath. They usually
I'm sure they don't. It's like most guys don't do it, you know, like, I mean, whatever, right? It's like there's a lot of weird, how do I say it? There's a lot of weird ideas, you know, about how sex is based upon movies, right? Like you know how okay, you've seen the original Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember when they're doing the trench run and you have like the first guy and he's down there and he fires off the torpedoes and he misses the shot, but then here comes Luke and he just is able to do it right off the bat by using the Force. He's just magically aware of where his torpedo is going to go for it to enter the hole. Sex in movies is just like that, right? Sex in movies is just like that. Magically, like the dude's genitals are just like a heat-seeking missile. They just know where to go. Like not even like, ooh, wrong hole, right? None of that kind of stuff. It's always just immediate. And it's always like the weirdest thing. It's like you watch this like erotic scene, right? And they're just like tearing the clothes off and like the guy picks the girl up and he like just kind of slams her down on his dick. And it's immediate. You know, it's like, oh, and you're just like, how the fuck did that even happen? Right? You're just like, it's just magic. Right. Yeah. Every time that happens, I just want them to play that song, This Magic Moment, you know,
Jesus.
When the dick went in the hole. Also, again, to ask the question, where does the cum go? That's always a question that I have to ask in these situations because you watch the movies. You do. You watch the movies and they get it on, right? Which is great because it's oftentimes, you know, it's all right, good part of the story. Here comes the bony bone. And then you're just like, but they did it in a very awkward place. Like, did you ever watch the 1994 comedy The Chase with Charlie Sheen and Christy Swanson?
No.
It's literally about a high-speed chase from Los Angeles through Southern California, through San Diego, to the Mexican border. They fuck in the car. Literally, they have sex in the car while they're being chased by the media and Red Hot Chili Peppers and a whole bunch of other people. And they have sex in the car. And again, it's like, this is wildly unrealistic, but still the question remains, where'd the cum go?
You know, that's a good point. I've been watching You on Netflix, which is surprisingly really good if you're into Dexter, but like if Dexter's motivation was he was trying to get laid and creep on women. But there are a lot of scenes where the dude just was like fapping in public. And then I'm just sitting there like, well, did you just leave it in your pants? Did you not clean up? You
Yeah,
just went
yeah.
back to work like it was nothing?
It's a very annoying thing. It's a very annoying thing because it gets cold and clammy like real quick. You know, like it rockets out of you at 98.6 degrees. It's a nice temperature. You're like, oh, that's warm, and then it immediately freezes. It's kind of like if you were to go to Antarctica and spit, just instant freeze. It's just instant freeze. You're like, oh wow, that did not last. Like it immediately vacated like all heat. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get back to the story here. So Frankenstein, the story that he's going to be working on, was originally written by Mary Shelley in 1818. And obviously tells the story of Victor Frankenstein, who creates the creature through an unorthodox experiment. The novel explores the themes of ambition, social responsibility, and the consequences of playing God. Del Toro has actually been really long passionate about making a film based on the story, but right now it's unclear if his version will maintain the original period setting or be set in more modern times. And look, if you've seen the Shape of Water took place like in the 1950s, you know, he'll like, was it Crimson Peak was like a gothic horror.
Mm-hmm.
You know, largely Del Toro, I don't think plays in our setting, right? I mean, Pacific Rim was even in the future. Like pretty sure Pinocchio is set in like the 1800s. I'm pretty certain that after winning the awards that he has won and everything else, Netflix is going to be like, yeah, whatever you need. You want $150 million to do this movie? Cool. We're going to make that happen because they're taking it away from that Nancy Meyers movie. Did you hear about that the other day? The lady who did Something's Gotta Give, which is a good movie. And I think, and also The Holiday, she did The Holiday, which is a really good movie. She wanted to do a rom-com. She wanted $150 million for the movie.
Ooh.
80 million of that was going to go to paying the cast. 80 million to go to paying the cast. Netflix was like, we'll give you $130. And she's like, I want 150. And they're like, pound sand, right? Like, yeah, sure. I get Nancy Meyers. I understand that. You know, she's big in the rom-com game, and rom-coms I think do need to make a comeback. But rom-coms are a lot like fucking horror movies. What I mean by that is they're cheap to make, and they serve a singular purpose, right? They are both essentially power fantasies for different fucking people. Because here's the thing: if you look at a horror movie, right, who is like, you know, the term the final girl, right? In a rom-com, it's the final man. It kind of flips it around a little bit, right? Like, you know, the heroine kind of has to fight the villain in the end and then, you know, and then defeat the villain. And then in the rom-com, it's kind of like they got to find the final guy, you know, which is the bachelor, that they want to get with. Oh, that kind of stuff, you know? And so it's just a different idea, but the rom-coms don't need to be $150 fucking million. Like, what's the last romantic comedy that you saw that you can remember?
What was the one with Will Smith and that other guy?
Hitch.
Yes, Hitch. It was either Hitch or it was I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. One of those. I don't know.
Kevin James is in both of those movies, but no,
I know he was.
Yeah. It's no. I know the one you're talking about. Like, you're like, who, him and that other guy? I'm like, I'm a fat man. I know fat men. Yes, the guy who played Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Yes, I mean, rom-coms are just. I never was huge into rom-coms. I thought they were kind of like. They were okay for a little while, but they just got boring.
See, I like rom-coms. I always have, because again, it's a power fantasy also for men, right? It really is. If you think about it, like every guy sees themselves as the nice guy in the rom-com, the guy who gets the girl in the end. Romantic comedies are in many ways are you know, through our social stigma, we look at rom-coms and we go like, oh, these are aimed at women, right? No,
I mean the best rom-com though out there, let's be real, was Bridesmaid. Bridesmaids was hilarious.
That movie fucking sucked.
That movie
fucking sucked. The first
movie.
half of the movie was hilarious until they get to the airplane. And then after that whole thing, it just turns into this like whiny bitchy drama. Like, I understand it was so bad. Like, I saw it one time and I was like, I'm not seeing this again.
You little bitch.
I'm not a little bitch. That movie had a good fucking cast. Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, Melissa McCarthy, Ellie Kemper, Rose
I thought it
Byrne.
was a hilarious.
It had a great cast of characters. I thought that they had even fucking the woman who plays she was in Wendy whatever. She's in Goldberg's in Reno 911. McLovin Kenny. I think McLovin Kenny. Is that her name? Whatever, dude. But like, nah, like this was a shitty ass movie. But anyway, it's like, look, but fine, okay, fine. That's not even really a romantic comedy. That's a drama. That's a dramedy.
Really?
Romantic comedy would be like oh god damn. Like, do you ever see like Pretty Woman is a romantic comedy? Basically, it's like a bit of a drama, but it's more of a romantic comedy. The My Best Friend's Wedding with Julia Roberts and Cameron Diaz, that was a rom com. You know, When Harry Met Sally is a rom com. But the idea there of romantic comedy is that like the woman gets the good guy in the end. Okay, so every female going to see the movie puts themselves in the position of the woman, and every guy that sees it with them puts themselves in the position of the dude. Like, if you go see The Wedding Singer, right, which is a great fucking movie. If you go see The Wedding Singer, you're not going to put yourself in the position of Drew Barrymore's boyfriend because he's rich, drives a DeLorean, and gets grade A ass because he's fucking wealthy and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to put yourself in that guy's position. You're going to put yourself in Adam Sandler's position. The guy who has an emotional breakdown because his girlfriend left him, who kind of hates what he does, and he ends up falling in love with the waitress. It's just like, that's the role you put yourself in. So it's all power fantasy. It literally is a power fantasy. No one ever wants to talk about that from romantic comedy perspectives.
I'll say this: I've been binge watching the fudge out of that show, which again is great. If you like Dexter, it's really good. But it's like weird because I'm watching it, and obviously the hot guy that's the creepy stalker. I guarantee you, every woman sitting there like, if only I could have a guy like that love me so much that he would literally murder for me. And then it's like, damn, what the fuck does it say about my psyche?
Well, no, again, that's like, again, a lot of the reason why Dexter was popular is it had a large female demographic who found Dexter attractive. I mean, like, look, here's the,
again, okay, what does that say about us psychologically?
What it says about us is that we're fucked, all things considered. Yeah. But it's like, look at the Menendez brothers. Like, was it Kyle or Lyle, whatever, Eric or Kyle, whatever the fuck. One of the Menendez brothers married a former playmate in prison after he helped brutally kill his parents.
Oof.
Right? People out there, like it's kind of like, it's like, look at the true crime genre. I mean, like, you know how many, it's all women. It's all women, mostly in the true crime drama genre, right? And the reason why is because it's safe danger. Literally, it's safe danger.
How is it safe danger?
Okay, so think about it like this, right? Think about it like this. Okay, so let's say you go to like IDTV, okay? And you watch one of their, like their movies, okay? Or one of their shows, and it starts off like this. It was a normal neighborhood in Salem, Massachusetts, when young Brandy McComb found herself in a situation unlike any other. Her husband was cheating on her, not with one woman, but three, and they all had an eye for lust and vengeance. Something along those lines, right? So you get this Keith Morrison, Robert Stack kind of approach to it, okay? And they go on in there and they tell you this story about a woman who's being brutally fucking murdered, right? And I'm telling you, like, the gorier details, the better. It gets the more visceral reaction. And so they'll say, like, her body was found with 38,000 stab wounds in her abdomen, her head removed and crushed from what looks like a large woman's behind. So, whatever. Okay. And it's like, the more you hear that, the more that you listen and you're like, oh my God, that could happen to me. That could happen to me, but it's not. It's through your earphones or it's through your TV. It's safe danger. It allows you to feel the fear without any of the consequences. You know who told me that? A woman. I had no idea. I never even thought about it from that perspective. We were talking about it. She worked at the car dealership. I was getting my car work done. We're talking about true crime. And she's like, I love it. And I'm like, can I ask you why? She goes, yeah, it's safe danger. And she laid the whole thing out. And I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. And it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. I could talk about like when I was doing the true crime stuff on TikTok, like some of the stuff did okay, but I talked about a woman, like a mother who went like from an affluent neighborhood who went missing. And then like her body was found stuffed in a suitcase like a mile away. And the story was ongoing and it blew the fuck up, right? Blew a couple 100,000 views on TikTok, like in a day, blew up. And it was ongoing. It's about an attractive blonde affluent mother who is dead. The suspects are her son, her husband, who was out of town conveniently, and the handyman. Turns out she was fucking the handyman. The handyman didn't want to give up the relationship, so he came over and he killed her.
God damn.
Right? And then put her in a fucking suitcase and drug her about a mile away to another park and left her there. And there's security camera footage that caught him. I'm just saying, it's like the idea there that it's a tryst gone wrong, that there's something there that's going to end up being that kind of dangerous perspective. That is what draws a lot of people in. And it is what happens in stories as well. You watch movies, you watch horror movies in order to kind of put yourself in the shoes of the protagonist and hope that you survive. Most movies are meant to do that. Stories are meant to do that. The problem though with true crime is we over dramatize this stuff to set the tone. You know what I mean? To set the tone and everything else. And it works. It works.
I mean, I'm just saying, if a dude looked like that and he wants to stalk me, I'm down. It's not stalking. I consent.
Okay, but if he looks like RJ, you're just gonna run for the hills.
Oh, if it looks like RJ, I'm calling the cops.
You're calling the cops. And you're just gonna get a restraining order. For 27 minutes into the show, I'm gonna get it.
Well, the saddest thing is like that's one of the arguments when I started watching the show, because like everyone was talking about like, hey, you should watch it, it's really good, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a watch. And when I watched it, it really does make you think like, if it was a basic average everyday guy, most women would be like, I'm calling the cops, restraining order. But when it's a hot guy, it's like, oh yeah, that's hot, like that's a fantasy. It's like, why are we like this? Like, why are we like this?
We are weird. We are weird. You know what I mean? Like, I personally do not have any fantasy like that, like at all. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't have to worry about that. Like, nothing.
Like Scarlett Johansson, like kidnapping you, tying you to her basement, and having her way with you every day.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that not happening.
No, I feel like you would like low-key love that. You'd be like, yes.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say like I wouldn't be intrigued for like about like 5 minutes. And then I'd be like, yeah, okay, I've been here before, this is not new, and then she's like, bend over. I got this thing called a bad dragon. Oh, now we're talking. I'm going to be squealing like a pig. Woo! It's just going to be bad. All right.
Jesus.
Look, this is Hollywood After Dark. You fuckers all know what's going on. We have X Legion for $5. Thank you, buddy. Says Evil Dead Rise premieres tonight. That's right. South by Southwest had that. Waiting for reactions to come on out because I really want to see the movie. So that's going to be good. Thank you for that, buddy. Appreciate that. Of course, we'll talk about Evil Dead Rise soon. But let's move on here. So Willow was canceled at Disney Plus after just one season. Did you watch the show at all?
No, I didn't. But why?
Yeah. Well, largely it has to probably do with the fact that it wasn't well received and it simply didn't just pull in a lot of viewers, right? Now, I've said, I'll read the general gist of it. So it says Disney Plus has decided not to renew the live-action original series Willow for a second season. The series, based on the 1988 fantasy film directed by Ron Howard, served as a sequel to the classic movie and concluded its 8-episode first season 2 months ago. Although the show received positive reviews with an 83% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, it did not have the same cultural impact as the original film. I love Willow, but let's not act like it had a cultural impact, okay? Like, it found people after the fact, but it was, no. Like, I was like 6 when that movie came out. Like, I saw it scared the fucking piss out of me. Anyway, Lucasfilm, they say here that they may revisit the IP in the future, as it is important part of their library, which is great. And the thing is, though, like, look, this cancellation comes as Lucasfilm does reevaluate its film slate as well as its television shows and focuses on Star Wars TV on Disney Plus. And again, it also kind of coincides with the fact that Disney under Bob Iger is looking to cut back on content, very similar to David Zaslav last year. They're looking to pull back, I think, about $5.5 billion So, look at Mighty Ducks, The Game Changers. They did season 1, season 2. That's gone. You've got this show, Expensive Show. Didn't really nail it. That's gone. The Santa Claus got renewed for season 2. I think that one will stay, if you want my honest opinion. And I think that has a lot to do with Bob Iger wanting Tim Allen on board for Toy Story 5. Just to be fair.
Probably.
Just to be fair on that. I think that's going to happen. I don't necessarily know if National Treasure is going to get another season. It's possible that it will, just because of the popularity of the franchise. But without Nick Cage, you're going to have a little bit of an uphill battle. So I don't know. I mean, people out there have been kind of criticizing Mandalorian. I didn't watch last night's episode, so I'm 2 episodes behind now. But now that I'm done with, I was watching The Last of Us, right? And even last night, like my 5-year-old comes in and she's like, "Hey, I can't sleep." I'm like watching The Last of Us. I'm watching the episode with David, which is like such a crazy part of the game. And like, I'm into the episode and I'm like, I got 20 minutes left to go. And then like, I just come out to get a glass of water. And my 5-year-old's just sitting there on the couch looking at me. And I'm like,
like,
what's
hello?
up? And she's all like, I can't sleep. And I'm like, it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, okay, come on, let's go. So I'm like, let me turn it off. We'll go to bed. We go to bed. Like, that's just dad life and whatever. So I'm just trying to find the time to like sit down and like watch it and everything else. So, but I've heard people going like, oh, this episode of Mandalorian was fucking terrible and shit. And it's like, I don't know.
It was, I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, because you see it, but it was like, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. But I feel like it's setting up some things that's going to happen later on the show.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to set things up with that. I did see a comment here, trying to find it back up, saying, I hope, Ralph's Double Tits here says, hopefully She-Hulk is next. Here's the thing. It was like number 9 or number 10 of the most watched shows on Disney Plus last year. It's fine. It's fine. She-Hulk is fine. People are watching She-Hulk. It's what's going on. So there's that. But either way, when I look at like Willow, I'm like, yeah, I kind of get it. It's kind of like the Dark Crystal Resistance, whatever it was, the prequel series. Like, it's interesting in concept, but it was just like, it just wasn't like, these shows aren't marketed in a way that really works. It's like, I talked about this last night for a while. I'm not going to go back and do it again. Of like, oh no, I talked about it today on RJ's channel. Like with these companies, that they need to do, these showrunners need to start taking it upon themselves to find audiences, right? Now, I know it shouldn't be a showrunner's job to do this, but really, if you want to get people on your side for your product, you've got to reach out to them. Now, I will give you a primary fucking example that you all can take to the bank right now. Look at Picard season 3. You don't even have to have watched it to know that it is now being lauded instead of attacked. Picard season 1, attack to hell and back. Picard season 2, attack to hell and back. They got a new showrunner for season 3, brought in this new guy. This new guy has started building relationships with Star Trek fans on YouTube and shit, right? Got real close to Robert Meyer Burnett. Showed Robert Meyer Burnett and a lot of other people the first couple episodes or whatever before the show began. They went out, people who largely are in geek fandoms or have large geek followings, who have been attacking Star Trek Discovery and so on and so forth, are now coming out and going like, oh my God, Picard makes me come. Oh, it's amazing. And they're just throwing all this praise on it. And so now all these other people who were probably going to shit on it are now like, okay, it's actually pretty good. It changes the conversation. It really does change the conversation when the people in charge start having those conversations with fans. I think Willow would have survived if John Kasdan would have spent more time talking to people on YouTube who talk about fucking Willow. It's the same thing with Zack Snyder, and we're going to talk about Zack Snyder here in a few, but it's the same damn thing. All right? So King of Golden State here, thank you very much. It says, peeps who thought Mando 3 was meh don't realize that the episode is setting up for something way bigger, such as Throng and maybe even Dr. Aphra. See, I haven't seen that yet, so that's a bit of a spoiler for me. But Aphra? I mean, I've heard the rumors of Afra, but I mean, that's the thing,
Afro?
right? That's Dr. Afra is like Vader's assistant, or no, she's like an archaeologist for like Vader, essentially. And so instead of having C-3PO and R2-D2, she's got these like two murder bots.
Murder.
She's very popular. Like, people thought that the Acolyte was actually going to be a Dr. Afra show. Like, at first, they thought that the Acolyte was going to be that. Before we found out that there's that. Oh, by the way, real quick side note, because since we're talking about Lucasfilm right now, apparently there is an intimacy coordinator that was on set for the Acolyte, which means fucking be coming to Star Wars.
I'm sorry, what?
There will be fucking in the galaxy far, far away.
Okay, I thought I heard that, but I was like, I'm sorry, what did he say?
Yeah, I said fucking.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. I thought I misheard that. I was like, wait, what?
No, fucking. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, though, not the first time it's happened.
So who's getting the fucking?
I don't know who's getting the fucking. All I know is if you watch Andor, right? Bix ends up having sex with her boyfriend as a distraction. She does. He's pissed off about Andor, so she goes over and she fucks him to get him to like stop thinking about it, right? Clears his head, so to speak. But it happens. It happened. Yeah. Happened in the show. I was watching. I'm all like, ooh, someone got some booty. You know, she used her feminine wiles in order to distract the guy who might ruin it for her friend.
So Star Wars becoming a rom-com? Is that what
no, Star Wars is finally getting into the hardcore dirty shit as it needs to. So.
Oh, okay.
Static Pat. We be fucking in Star Wars all day, every day. That's right. That's right. God, I swear to God, one day, like, my children will like go, Dad, I came across your Hollywood After Dark podcasts. You say a lot of bad things. We got this. My 5-year-old just says, I dropped something today and I said, oh, God damn it. And then she just starts saying it over and over and over again. I got to be careful.
Yeah, kids are like parrots, bro.
Like, oh, straight up.
Literally like birds. They'll repeat everything you say. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah, she's like, she's like, the other day she goes, Daddy, am I a fucker? And I'm like, no.
Daddy, am I a fucker? Oh my
am I a
fucker? Jesus Christ. Daddy, am I a fucker? Wait, what?
Yeah, like she'll
like where did you learn that from? What the hell?
Oh no, the other day, this is 100% true. The other day she comes over and she goes, hey Daddy. And I'm like, what? She just goes, penis. Like the penis. Like, well, that's what I thought. I thought she said penis. And I'm just like, what? Where did you hear that word? Right? You know, and then she just goes, penis. And covers her mouth and like kind of runs away. And I'm like, is she playing the penis game? So in my mind, I'm not mad at her for saying it because she's 5, right? So she doesn't know any better. I'm not mad at her for saying it. What I'm curious about is like, what the fuck are you watching to where you would have learned about the penis game? Because this makes no sense.
Wait, hold on. There's something called a what game?
Do you not know the penis game?
No. What the fuck is a penis game?
The penis game is when you say penis. You say, like, first you go penis. And you're like, penis. And then you look around and you go, huh, penis. You say it louder and louder.
And you had weird games growing up.
You never played that when you were younger. No one ever did that.
No, man.
No one ever played the penis game.
We had this talk about the weird shit you used to play when you were a kid, and I'm sitting here like, bro, what kind of fucking education system did you go to where the kids are playing a game called penis?
Dude, the chat is even asking if you were like homeschooled, if you're just like held back. Are you remedial with the hard R?
I'm sorry, but like, where the fuck is this penis game? Y'all are weird.
How the
Y'all
fuck do
weird.
you not know about the penis game? That's my question. That's the weirdest thing ever.
I don't
Like
know why it's weird that I
I'm
don't know
really
about it.
concerned about like your childhood. Like, did you grow up in a
Bro,
cult?
you should not be concerned about I'm more concerned about your childhood because my childhood is fine when I didn't grow up having a penis game.
Do you know? I can tell you exactly the day I learned what dildo was.
All right.
5th grade, library. Literally, some kid goes to the library. We go to the library in 5th grade, right, to check out a book. We're all walking around the school library. One kid, I think his name is Danny, goes over to the dictionary, pulls out the dictionary, and he's like, "Hey guys, come here, check it out. Look at this word right here, dildo." And we're all right. Go back to class. Teacher's like, "Okay, what'd you guys learn at the library?" Kid race. I forget one other kid races class. She's like, "Miss Stone, what's a dildo?"
Oh my god.
And then this is in like 91, 92, you know, and she didn't know how to answer that question, but it's like kids figure out words. Kids will figure out things.
No, they do, but it's like I never played a game like that. I mean, then again, I know people are giving me shit, but like also, I mean, y'all can clown on me, but my mom also didn't like want to teach me things when I was younger. Like she wouldn't even tell me about my period, so when it came, I thought I was dying, and she laughed at me. Imagine you being a child when you think you're fucking dying because you don't know what's wrong with you. All you know, there's blood coming out of your body, and your mom comes in and just starts laughing at you. So you think your mom's literally just laughing at you, just slowly dying and bleeding out, while your mom's like, oh, yeah, that was my childhood. My mom didn't want to teach me shit. I had to learn from the streets, son. No,
you had to like, we didn't have tampons. We just had really rusty wire hangers.
I had to go to the streets and find them ladies of the night and be like, "Hey, can you show me how to put a tampon in?"
They were like, "Fuck that. We got a diva cup."
They were like, "Nah, you gotta pay for that." No, seriously though, my mom did not teach me anything. Like my aunt tried to like tell me about like where babies come from, like what periods were, and when my mom found out, she was pissed. And I told her when I was an adult, I'm like, "Why the fuck would you not tell me this shit? Like, don't you think I should have known this?" And she's like, "Well, I just didn't want you to grow up, go have sex." I'm like, "Yeah, not knowing about how your period and ovaries and like how it's supposed to work down there, maybe would have prevented me from, not having sex because of the risk of getting pregnant, ma. Probably should explain that."
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason we have sex ed, right? I think parents are just afraid to give their kids the birds and the bees talk, to be fair. All right, so we got it.
Yeah, I get it.
We got a super here from Shogun. Says, the P game for me is on par with 2 girls, 1 cup.
And block.
You know about it, but you might not necessarily have played it. Okay, I understand that. Like, I understand that. I think 2 girls, 1 cup was the last of the cultural nexuses. The ramifications that video had on society are bad. What I mean by that, and I'll just tell you this, Saggy. You know YouTube reaction videos?
Oh yeah, those are great.
Those all started because of 2 girls, 1 cup.
No, I know. That they were great.
Those were great. Those were awesome. Yeah.
Dude, the funniest one I saw was the one fucking Kermit the Frog. I mean, hell, that whole thing was so big. They made fun of it in Family Guy like friggin' decades after it was already gone.
Yeah, they've made. I mean, that goddamn thing. Like, I just expect, like, again, like in 15 years, like my kids are like looking on these old, like, what were the memes like in the early 2000s? And so my daughter's like, "What's 2 girls, 1 cup?" Oh, it was a funny video.
It was a nasty video. Nasty.
It wasn't real. The guy who behind it actually confirmed that it wasn't real. Like, I guess in court.
I mean, that's great. And wait, why in court?
I don't know. I gotta look.
Why did it go to court?
I don't know. I mean, maybe there might have been some like lawsuit or something. It might have been it might have been like really looked at as being like inhuman, because like if you're having these women ingest feces and vomit, it's unhealthy. It's an unsafe work environment.
Right, but it's consensual.
Consensuality doesn't mean shit. You can sit there and go like, "Hey, I consent to have you kill me." That doesn't mean that you killing me is now legal. It just mean like it doesn't mean anything.
I mean, listen, if you're a grown ass adult and you're ingesting something like that, that's on you. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you, bro. If you're that disgusting and you're gonna eat poop, you deserve it. I would not be like, oh yeah, no, that's inhumane. No, they willingly and consented to eating poop. You get what's coming to you, which is a bad stomach ache.
I mean, eventually we all eat shit, but in this case, it was literal.
That's actually true. That's the term I use all the time when I say when I fall. I'm like, oh shoot, I almost ate shit. That's the term we say down here when we almost fall. I almost ate shit.
Blessinger says Jarbo talks about everything under the sun, and poop is where he draws the line. I hate poop. I hate poop. I really don't like poop. I just am not a fan in any way. And this is where it's like, again, I've been changing diapers now for 5 years. So it's like I deal with it all the time.
And baby poops are gross.
Oh, yeah. No, I bought latex gloves for that. Yeah, when that first happened.
Baby poop is
I will, no, if it's a real, if it's, I have latex gloves. If it gets so bad, like it's just a nasty one, I will go put on gloves and I will do it. And people give me shit. They're just like, why do you fucking have to have gloves? And I'm all like, I'm like a hypochondriac when it comes to that shit. You know, like I like to have my hands clean. I don't mind doing the dirty work, but I'm going to take the precaution to make sure that I'm protected, you know? And it's from all the years of picking up trash at the drive-in. Believe me, I picked up some shit. So anyway, all right.
Kids carry a lot of germs, but yeah.
Yeah, I go pick up my kids from school and I look at the little ones and I'm just like, which one of you is the germ machine? I'm always getting my kids sick. Because then that, you know, that screws up my job and stuff. All right, let's keep moving on. A couple more to get through here. Here's a quick little ditty. Hear about this one. Robert Pattinson may not be able to appear as Batman in the Penguin show according to some rights. But it's actually not really the case. So there's a rumor. This is a rumor, by the way. So saying here, fans of Robert Pattinson's portrayal of Batman and Matt Reeves' The Batman are hoping to see the actor make an appearance in the upcoming HBO Max series, The Penguin. However, due to complex TV rights issues, it is highly unlikely that Pattinson will appear as Batman, though there is a possibility that he could still show up as Bruce Wayne. The issue with Batman's TV rights go back to the 1960s, when the Batman TV series starring Adam West was produced by 20th Century Fox. The company still holds the rights to live-action small-screen appearances of the Batman character. Gotham, another show based on the Batman universe, aired on the Fox network, but Batman could only appear in the last shot of the series since Warner Brothers Television produced the show. When Disney acquired Fox's television assets, it's believed that they also gained the rights to Batman's TV appearance. This complicates the situation further, making it less likely for Pattinson to appear as Batman in the Penguin series. This issue has previously impacted other Batman-related TV shows such as Titans and the Arrowverse, which had to work around the rights restrictions when incorporating Batman or Bruce Wayne into their storylines. If you recall, Arrow was supposed to be a Batman show first.
Really?
That's why the villains are all Batman villains.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, you know, they did a good job with that. I like the first couple seasons of Arrow. But yeah. So it says here now but then what we found out today, because there's been an update on this story, DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn debunked those rumors. He came out and he just said that they're not true. Now, he didn't give any other information as to what that means. So he didn't come out and say that that Pattinson's going to appear or whatever. He simply just said that those rights restrictions that was being discussed simply isn't true. And all he said simply was, that's not true. Like, you have to love it. You have to love it, right? All of the shit with James Gunn. And he just comes out and he's like, it's not true. But he responded within a day of this specific story going out there, right? And I did do this as a YouTube short, by the way, earlier today. But again, I thought that was kind of interesting because it leads into the other James Gunn news of the day. And that is, oh shit, wait, I grabbed the wrong one. I did not.
Good job.
Oh, well, you know what? I did not have the right graphic. Did I forget to make that graphic? I forgot to make that graphic. Well, you know what? We'll talk.
Good job.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's on me. I was so trying to catch up with everything going on with the SnyderCon stuff that I forgot I forgot to do that. I forgot to make to catch my graphic on that one. So anyway, James Gunn, James Gunn confirmed today that he is directing Superman Legacy.
No shit, really?
Yeah, no shit. I know, right? No fucking shit. Fuck yeah. I mean, we already kind of figured that this was going to happen. We already figured that James Gunn was going to be behind this, but now it's been confirmed. And he really told a sweet story. In regards to, did you see the story that he posted with that today?
Yeah, I did. I saw the reaction to it too.
God, people were fucking dicks about that, right? So I'll just bring it up on Twitter because that's perfectly fine. I try to be professional. I try to do nice PowerPoint presentation. I've got video clips lined up ready to go. I try to do all this shit, and then I just forget one fucking thing.
Good job.
Because I'm just a big old floppy moron. All right. So anyway, James Gunn posted this on Twitter earlier today. This is a thing here where he confirms, yes, I'm directing Superman Legacy to be released on July 11th, 2025. My brother Matt told me when he saw the release date, he started to cry. I asked him why. He said, dude, it's Dad's birthday. I hadn't realized. Going on, he continues, I lost my dad almost 3 years ago. He was my best friend. He didn't understand me as a kid, but he supported my love of comics and my love of film, and I wouldn't be making this movie now without him. It's been a long road to this point. I was offered Superman years ago. I initially said no because I didn't have a way that felt unique and fun and emotional to give Superman the dignity he deserved. But then less than a year ago, I saw a way in many ways centering around Superman's heritage, how both his aristocratic Kryptonian parents and his Kansas farmer's parents inform who he is and the choices that he makes. So I chose to finally take on writing the script, but I was hesitant to direct despite the constant pestering by Peter Safran and others to commit. Just because I write something doesn't mean I feel it in my bones, visually and emotionally enough to spend over 2 years directing it, especially not something of this magnitude. But the long and short of it is, I love this script. I'm incredibly excited as we begin this journey. Hashtag up, up, and away. And people are fucking coming after him for this. Saying that he made up the story. Right? That he made up this story. And I'm like, you've got to be motherfucking absolutely, oh my fucking God. Right? Oh, he made it up because of the other news today. Right? The other news that we might be blah, 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 fucking Zack Snyder shit, right? It's always Zack Snyder shit. And don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to admonish or diminish Zack Snyder in any way, shape, or form. I'm not. I'm just simply saying it's like, we know what's coming up for the conversation. But it's like, people are just dicks.
Yeah, that's why I friggin' call them out all the time, because it's all bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors. They don't actually care about Zack. They don't even care about DC. It's just, we found a place we belong and we need to protect it at all costs. And James Gunn's gonna ruin that for us. Yeah, I know. They feel all some sort of way about it, which is just literally ridiculous in many fashions. Rational here for 5. Thank you, buddy. Says, what if Gunn's Superman film doesn't move the needle? What will happen? Will toxic DC fans be blamed? I mean, Superman has an uphill battle regardless. All right. Superman has an uphill battle regardless, because the last couple Superman movies have done okay, but like Thor has made more money than Superman movies. Fucking Thor. Like, come on, right? Fucking Thor. I think, how much did Thor Love and Thunder, or how much did Thor The Dark World make? Thor Dark World. Let's see here. Okay, its box office was $644.8 million back in 2013. Okay. All right. I'm just going to say Man of Steel box office. Okay. 644 for Thor. All right. Man of Steel did 668. So Thor was $24 million shy of Man of Steel. Thor, on his second movie,
when it was mid-tier the first time anyway, had done 24 million less on the Man of fucking Steel. A year later, Guardians of the Galaxy pulled in over 700 million, beating out the Man of Steel. When you have got the problem, when you've got the issue that Superman has, like I keep saying, I think the character is largely boring. I feel what Zack did was really good with the character, right? I think he was really good at building him up in a way that made him more relatable by deconstructing him. I appreciated that. Gunn's got an uphill battle because largely outside of hardcore comic fans or fucking DC fans, Superman is like lukewarm at best for just the size of the character that he is. All right, because Ralph Stibble-Tits here says Thor is a popular character, not a good comparison. Before Thor 2011, he was a B tier character. B tier. Superman is the character of characters, right? He is top tier, the top of Mount fucking Olympus. He fucking, shits lightning and comes thunder. You know what I mean? Or reverse that. I'm just saying it's like, it's just, poof, right? That's all I'm saying. It's just like, that's where they're at with it. So, Blesinger says everyone knows who Superman is. True. And yet his movies fail. Captain Marvel made more than the Batman. Yeah. I mean, Captain Marvel made more than the Batman. Womp. I know. I need to get a sad tromboner thing on here. But what was funny though, I saw this comment talking about, they mentioned a certain person, Mr. John Francis Campia. In regards to Superman Legacy and its release date of July 11th, 2025. So I saw this today. John Campia apparently is going to retire. Did you hear about this?
What? No way.
Yeah, check this out. This is a bit of a mashup of what he was saying, but you can really see he's kind of over where he is right now. And there's a comment he makes at the very end of this clip. I won't lie, kind of pissed me off a little bit because he's got such an ego. Like, we'll just listen.
Ahmed Z writes, "Hey John, I wish you wouldn't retire, but nonetheless, I want what's best for you." Well, thank you so much for that. What Ahmed is referring to is that, we're not going to get to Christmas time and I'm going to announce my retirement. No. What I am doing though, now listen, I have always known that I want to retire early. I don't want to retire when I'm too old to do a lot of the things that I want to do. I want to retire young. I want to spend a lot of time in Canada. I want to travel. Ann and I both want to work with a lot of nonprofits and a lot of charitable organizations, and we want to set some things up. We've already started working on that, as a matter of fact, and a number of other things. Now is the time to start planning for getting to that retirement and kind of picking where I want my retirement to happen and what I need to do between now and then to make that a reality. And again, it's not going to be in 2023. It's probably not even going to be in 2024. There is a chance that I will still be doing this when Superman Legacy comes out, when the new DC Superman movie comes out. So it's not going to be anytime soon. Like, it's not in the immediate future, but I've just started planning for it because, damn it, I've earned it. Listen, going all the way back in my career, whether I was working road construction, whether I was, working in law firms, whether I was working at a visual effects company, whether I was working doing this, and then for the last 17 years working at an online film pundit thing, building AMC, building Collider Movie Talk, building my own thing, putting in the hours that I put in and all that kind of nonsense, basically building an online industry where 1,000 people out there try to copy everything that I do.
Yeah. You have to love the little riff there from The Last of Us, right? But seriously, I just love this image of Campia because Look, no question about it, right? No question about it. He's definitely had a career. But when he goes like 1,000 people tried to do what I do, motherfucker, you had corporate backing, right? He goes like, oh, I did this with AMC. Yeah, you did. You had corporate backing of one of the top chains of movie theaters in the country at a time when the internet was expanding and they brought you in to create a show. Good for you. You took that after, I think, running into problems with them, from my understanding, went over to Collider, again, that had corporate backing, and you helped create Movie Talk on there, which did really well. And then now that's gone. And then now just this week, he reduced the hours of Robert Meyer Burnett and the other girl, Chris, or whatever the fuck her name is. And he talks about like how he's got to pay for his wife to go to get her doctorate after they just dropped like 50 grand on a new trailer. And I think Robert Meyer Burnett said he made like $1 million last year or some shit like that.
Goddamn.
I mean, no, good for him on the hustle. Good for him on the hustle. Did you hear what happened today though?
No.
Ryan Reynolds became a billionaire. So, Mint Mobile? Yeah, Mint Mobile that Ryan Reynolds is one of the owners of.
Mm-hmm.
Just sold to T-Mobile for $1.35 billion.
Of course, T-Mobile.
Of course, T-Mobile. I know. Of course, T-Mobile. Trust me. I know T-Mobile. I have T-Mobile. They're just like, we're going to integrate the Sprint towers.
I've worked for them.
Yeah,
so
I'm just like, fuck you guys. I'm grandfathered in on a plan I like. That's why I still keep it. I'm just saying it's like Campia has got Mint Mobile sponsorship. That's going to go away because the company's going to get absorbed into T-Mobile.
Yep, probably.
So it's like
T-Mobile buys up every fucking mobile.
They do. I should start a mobile. I should call it Matt Mobile. And
they do. Well, you know what it is because they're buying up as much towers as they can.
Yeah, well, that still doesn't help my fucking internet out here. Jesus Christ, it's terrible.
No, you live in the fucking sticks, dude. Like, I'm sorry.
If I go like literally like a mile down the road, I get 5G, but it's like where I'm at.
But they'd have to cut down a lot of the forests for it to, and you
do it. Do it.
See, you're awful.
No, I like the forest. It's very pretty out here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. They'd have to cut down a lot of the forest for the service to be better.
Yeah,
you live in the friggin' sticks, dude.
Get whatever. A landline. You can't get landlines anymore.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Stop being a bitch. Yes, you can.
I'm not being a bitch. You can get it. Okay. Oh my god. You can get a landline if it comes through VoIP. Why the fuck would I pay $100? Like, why would I?
You remember those cars that had those built-ins in phones? You know those still work, right?
Yes, I understand, but it's like you're where I am at. I am not able to get a hard landline. It has to go through the internet.
Is it a hard landline with the R?
The hard R? Yeah, it's a hard R landline. So hard.
Okay, all right.
Laying that land pipe.
Oh my god! All right, you took it to a 10, please.
I always take it to a 10.
Lord have mercy.
I'm just saying I can't. I looked into it. I can't. Rational here says just get Starlink satellite. Yeah, how much is that a month? I'd be okay with that, right? Rhea here says GameStop bought Cricket. They sold it a few years ago. I didn't know they bought Cricket. That's crazy.
Cricket. Yeah, they did, and then Cricket was trash.
Cricket was really big in San Diego. Like they actually bought the amphitheater. Like it was Coors Amphitheater for like the longest time, and then it became like the Cricket Amphitheater. Like Cricket just bought it for some reason, and then I think now it's like I Pay One is the company that owns it or whatever, and like everyone in San Diego still just calls it Coors. Because that's what you know it as. Like, fuck this, whatever it is now. Corporate branding is stupid. So, let's see. Oatlord says, no think as a landline. The companies doesn't even build the 5 bill. What the fuck? I don't know. I think I know what you're saying. I don't quite know. I hate this phone. Is it T-Mobile?
I hate Your phone just decided to like not speak it in English.
That happens to me all the time when I do speech to text. I tried doing it earlier. I was all like, it was actually you were on Enosh's on stream and you were complaining about being flaccid. And you're just all like, bring on the girl, whatever. And I was all like, oh, nothing that a bully stick can't fix.
Oh, you were watching?
I was watching and I commented, I think I'm muted on Enosh's channel. Like on that account I am. I guarantee it.
Somebody must have hard blocked you, and then Enosh doesn't know. He has to go to his Google account.
Yeah, he says he did it, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. Right? He doesn't stream that much, and I don't comment on there that much anyway. But like I think $3 Theater on there is fine, but like my main account is not. But anyway, I was like, oh yeah, I was making a crack about like bully sticks and whatnot. Like, but it kept saying hey, and I was like hey, and it kept saying hey. I was not happy. I'm muted, dude. Plus, I am muted on a lot of channels. I am muted or blocked on a lot of channels that happen to be like pro Snyderverse. So, as a response, because I can be spirited. I believe the word I want to use is spirited.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay,
that's what we're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not quite dickish. Okay. I think there's like it can be kind of, I don't want to say aggressive, but there's a charm, a little twinkle in the eye, little bit of oh, okay. He's just being cheeky.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Jarbo in his cheeks. Somebody has to clap them, Saggy.
Oh my God. It's not going to be me. It might be RJ.
It's not going to be you.
It's going to be RJ.
Yeah. Everything changed when Jarbo goes into the chat, went into the chats. Is that what you call it? No, I'm just saying I show up in people's chats and like, I have a personality and sometimes it doesn't mesh.
Sometimes you don't even have to say anything bad. You just have to say hi and you get blocked.
Yeah, that's happened multiple times, actually. It's always pretty funny when that does happen because I just laugh at all that shit personally. So, all right, let's move on. I just still love this Campia thing. So let's talk about the story of the night, okay? Because I know we're an hour into it, so people are here for it. Now it's time to talk and to laugh, okay? So Zack Snyder teases a full circle dark side announcement, and if you haven't seen the little video, here it is.
April 28th, 29th, and 30th. Save the date.
That's it.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, no, he knows what he's doing. He absolutely knows what he's doing. What I have questions about, first and foremost, okay? So what did you notice right off the bat? Let me ask you that. What did you notice right off the bat?
That he used Ray Porter's dark side for his voice.
That is true. He did. That is true.
And then on top of that, the date it was dropped. It's very short notice.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, the short notice is kind of a factor to a lot of people, Mm-hmm. But when he dropped this today, a lot of people started talking about it. Right, my personal favorite, who has me blocked, is Miss Grace Randolph, and so I grabbed these tweets. From a dummy account, Grace, saying here, I believe this will be a transition from his DC work to Rebel Moon with Warner's blessing, ? Here the studio is helping in some ways to make SnyderCon a cool event because he is moving to his next chapter. Now that could be what the full circle is. Everything comes full circle, right? Mm-hmm. Usually generally tends to mean that you have completed what you've started. Mm-hmm. Going on to say here, she says, nobody's undermining anything because someone here says, I can't see this being true. I mean, they clearly just undermined his announcement with a conveniently timed Superman Legacy announcement. So talking about the James Gunn thing, which I won't deny his announcement happening like a couple hours after the fact is a little sus, but at the same time, a nothing burger.
Right. Like, who cares? So like what? So because Zack Snyder makes an announcement, no one else can make any announcements or talk for the day? Okay, James, whenever Zack tweets something out, you have to wait for your announcement till tomorrow so it doesn't seem too sus.
Yeah, exactly. All right, like
fucking idiots.
Like James is like, okay, guys, I can't say anything. There we go. But we have a 6-month member chat here from Zap Rousdower. Thank you. Saying Zack Snyder's petty online BS has made me dislike him. And I understand that. I think that's a valid complaint. I mean, look, in the thumbnail, if you guys notice here, I said the Snyder Con is on. Now, you might think I'm referring to Snyder Con. It's mostly because I couldn't think of a way to kind of make conned a word. Like I wanted to like kind of hyphenate it and like make it a pun. But I couldn't think of something that would fit on thumbnail. Because I'm like, what is this? Is it because you have to understand a lot of people when this news came out today, they were absolutely saying they were just 100% saying that like, oh, this means the Snyderverse is restored, that Netflix is going to do it, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I mean, I heard this. I saw this online.
Yeah.
So there was like hashtag bring back Zack Snyder. There was hashtag, like the sell Snyderverse stuff, blah, 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 blah. So I decided once again, because I like to do my due diligence, I came over here to trends in the US and was like, okay, let's see where we stand here. So right now I'm looking up sell, nothing. Okay. I'm looking up bring, nothing for bring Zack back. Okay. Let's go with Zack. Nope. Nothing. Snyder. Nope. Nothing. Netflix. Nope. Nothing. Let's just go for the full thing. Sell Snyder. Hold on. Wait. First to Netflix. Nothing. It didn't trend. It didn't trend.
It doesn't trend often.
It doesn't trend. Now, here's the thing with that too. Superman Legacy didn't trend either. The only Superman that trended was Superman and Lois. And that was it trended at number 46 for 1 hour. And the reason why it did that has everything to do with the Michael Cudlitz had his first picture today of him as Lex Luthor. And that's why it trended. But otherwise, nothing in regards to DC content trended nationwide. Now, why is that? Is it because Netflix or because Twitter is suppressing it?
No, it's because James Gunn made his announcement shortly after Zack's. It's all James Gunn's fault.
Yeah, Spherical Manor says Zactivated. Like nothing was activated. All right. Now, Jess here says, thank you, by the way, for $5. DC fans, Zack, do you honestly believe your own hype? Snyder, I am the hype. No, look, here's the thing with this one, right? I honestly feel that this announcement, quite frankly, is really just about SnyderCon 2.0, full circle. I think it means it's coming to an end. That's kind of what it seems like to me, right?
No, it is.
I mean, full circle definition. I'm just going to look this up here. What is full circle definition? A return to a past position or situation, especially in a way that's considered to be inevitable. So it's kind of like it's returning, but it's like also kind of like inevitably things come to an end. It's kind of the best way I look at it.
So for those who didn't watch, the Nerd Queens were on, and I did watch a fair amount of it. And basically what they're saying is like, number one, this event is going to be going to charity. So that's pretty much why they're doing it. It's not, and I'm sure it's going to promote, they're going to do some promotion and more talks about Rebel Moon. But as far as Snyderverse, like I said, this is primarily for charity and to bring the normal, sane, good fans together. And that's basically all it is.
I mean, yeah, I get that. I saw, hold on here. Let's see here. Bossman says Superman Legacy was trending 19 worldwide. I'm not seeing it. It might have been trending for you at number 19, but it wasn't trending at all worldwide. I'm looking at the data right now. But I mean, again, that's the problem is they have the for you and then they have like the nationwide stuff. So like for you, yeah, like people might see like the bring back Zack and like what it's related to, but that's just localized. It's not even like the full swing of things. Shogun here says, why would this Snyder announcement trend when it was so vague?
Because the Snyder fans are so excited because this means the Snyderverse is inevitable.
But that's generally what they're saying, right? That is what they're arguing, is that as a result of this thing being what it is, as a result of it, like Zack tweets out something. What it is it's dark side. It's the fact that you hear dark side. It's the fact that, a transmission from Lord Darkseid. And that's, the cliffhanger that Justice League ended on. So it's so dumb. The thing is,
I know what you're doing, Zack.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. But I think a lot of it is going to end up it's going to culminate with Rebel Moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's going to culminate as. It's going to culminate with Rebel Moon. And we're probably going to get a full trailer, I would assume, at the end of next month. For those of you who don't know, just to kind of recap what this is happening next month, the 28th, 29th, and 30th in LA, most likely Pasadena. I think they said Pasadena because that is the area of which Zack operates. Okay. That's like not far from his pad. That's not far from Stone Quarry. I want you guys to keep that in mind as well.
Make sure you go to the right place.
We're going to talk about that too. We gonna talk about that. Oh baby, we gonna talk about that.
Oh yes, we are. Also, real quick, I want to explain too, because there's a reason why they're doing it. They announced it so close to the actual date. They don't actually want a lot of people to show up physically. I'm guessing wherever they are hosting it has a limit to how many guests can be in the building. So they don't actually want to give a lot of people too much time to plan for the event. They want to probably keep it more local, or at least not have people travel too far. And like I said, it also minimizes the chances of some crazy people showing up. But I mean,
well, and those crazy people are thinking that they are very openly talking about this tonight too. And again, we'll talk a little bit about that.
Oh yeah.
So the other thing we have to consider about this, okay, is that this is going to be an online event as well. And it's an online event that they're actually trying to have online engagement. So people who are watching this online will feel involved. And instead of just being sidelined and just being, viewers on the outside, they want to do more interactivity things to make sure that the fans watching from around the world feel included. Because this is ultimately going to be another fundraiser for AFSP, which is good. And so having them focus on trying to make it interactive, to make it engaging, to make it interesting, that's going to be cool. What we're going to find out more is on this Sunday. So whatever day of the week that is, what is that? That is the 19th of March. So the day after the 2-year anniversary of the Snyder Cut. It's going to be Zack Snyder will be on with the Nerd Queens on their channel. And they're going to go over everything as to what this is.
Mm-hmm. So
that's cool. And I'll be talking about that on Sunday, obviously. I'll go over everything. And so I'm hopeful that this will turn out to be a pretty decent event. Eric here says, the organizers, personalities, and leaders in the community are aware of the crazies and culties, are looking to lock them out. Are they looking to lock them out? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to or not.
I mean, at this point, I mean, that's one of the things I've been talking about, and everyone's like, you're over exaggerating. I'm like,
I'll tell you this. If you want my honest opinion is this: if I were the organizers of that, I would look up the profiles of people who are the most crazy, and I would ban them from attending in real life.
Yeah.
And that has a lot to do with the fact that you don't know, that's going to cause animosity. The rate at do you really want somebody going there who's like, I'm a hardcore Zack Snyder fan, James Gunn's a pedophile? Like, you don't want that there. Right. And you don't want that energy there. And those people are definitely fucking like that.
And I already saw somebody in Enosh's, since you have it up, when I was watching, I already saw somebody in Enosh's chat say, I'm going to go there and just say fire fire James Gunn, yell fire James Gunn. I'm like, that's starting shit. That's literally starting something. Like you're already saying you're gonna go to the event to start shit. Like this is why I'm like, nah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the point. It's like I would like to go. If I would go, it'd be a lot of fun, but I know I'd piss some people off if I went. Like there, I know people there would be upset with me if I were there, you know. But and that's fine. I would just want to go watch the movies because they're probably gonna do what they did last time, which is watch Zack's movies. It's a 3-day event. The last time it was a 2-day event. So he's got 2 more movies to add to that since the last Snyder Con. So, and that total is over 6 hours of movie on top of Q&A and whatever else they're going to do. So this is going to be something. And whatever they're planning on doing, if they're going to make it more interactive with the audience, I don't know what that means. Is it going to be a watch along sort of thing? Is it going to be like, whatever. I don't even know. Like live director commentary, that'd be cool. Right? That'd be pretty cool. Live director commentary and everything else. But like, I don't know. We'll find out more on Sunday. However, oh boy. Let's get into the shit. Let's get into the one thing. I just got to talk about this because, oh my fucking God. This has already popped up. This has already now been quote unquote confirmed by our old pal, Mr. Mikey Sutton. He tonight on a live stream has said that because he didn't know that this was happening. He didn't know SnyderCon was a thing. He didn't know this was the announcement. He was caught off guard like everybody else. But then a few hours later, he goes, oh, it's going to end up being the Emerald Edition of this. It's going to be the Emerald Edition of Zack Snyder's Justice League, the version that has the full Wayne T. Carr clip. And you're like, what? There's literally no fucking way that's going to happen. Like, again, they just announced that there's going to be a Green Lantern TV series, and they're not going to sit there and have this be a thing. Right? You know, Static Pather says, I love that they keep bringing this up, but it's only a picture. Oh, no, I know. There's a high likelihood. Look, Wayne T. Carr is probably going to be at the event. Ray Fisher's probably going to be at the event. I mean, maybe. I know Wayne lives in the area. You know?
Right.
So it's one of those things. All right. Dude, Mikey, I don't want no other Snyder cut. Well, yeah. No, I know. Plus, you asking, will they play the Justice is Gray version? Probably. I would argue probably. But again, it's one of those scenarios where this is what he's saying. He's saying this now. And it's so weird, Saggy, to like hear these guys talk about this. I just want to play this clip. This is the first one. This is actually out of order from what I want to get to. But what we can laugh at, but I just feel it's probably decent to start here. This is, you can hear Mikey actually mention the Emerald cut, and you can listen to what it is that they kind of expect from this and the idea that they're already putting on this. And that, of course, is that Zack will have to answer to the calls for sell Zack Snyder's Justice League to Netflix. He'll have to make the announcement or make an affirmative declaration, so to speak. But just listen to this clip. Oops.
To you.
Let's not forget, guys, as excited we are for the Emerald Cut, this is an opportunity for Zack Snyder to go on camera and say, yes, I'm still interested. And I'm interested in directing this for Netflix. No more. No more. Well, Snyder told me this. No. That don't fly anymore.
Let me get your thoughts on this, Mikey, real quick. So Anna's in the house. Anna's in Cali too. Soul Nation's gonna be in the house, y'all. I just want to make this very clear.
Straight up.
This is real. This is real. We're gonna be at SnyderCon 2023, right? Mikey, people are saying like, well, I guess Warner's is giving Zack clearance to tease this, or what's your take on that?
But he would have to have clearance to use Darkseid, and you know, I don't think it would have been illegal for him to say it, but I think he would have just his attorneys would have needed permission for him to this looks like a DC video here. You know what I mean? You have Darkseid, right? I mean,
this is Darkseid, right? I know a lot of people reached out to me. They was like, well, "Does this mean Rebel Moon? Does this mean this?" I said, "Yo, this is Darkseid."
Yeah,
I don't think Darkseid's in Rebel Moon.
This is no moon, okay?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Now, RJ had told me that the Nerd Queens are the ones who made that video. Can you confirm that, Saggy?
I believe they did mention that on.
Okay, because I didn't hear all of that. But okay, so they're saying effectively that you heard Mikey say the Emerald Edition, right?
Yeah.
Their Emerald Edition, like, oh, we're all excited for the Emerald Edition. That's in no way confirmed. And again, Mikey has been wrong a lot. So it's pretty hysterical that this is what they're running with. And again, you could hear them once again working themselves up. Like Sill's like, Sill Nation gonna be there. Sill Nation gonna be there. Well, Sill, you're not gonna be there. So fuck your nation. Like, I'm not gonna be there. You know, if you want to go. Get your ass to California. You've got all the fucking super chat money, member money from grifting all those fine people. Fly your ass out there. See what happens. Because he won't actually do it. That's the whole thing. Sill would not fly out there because he would just get shit on.
What?
He would just get shit on. Dave Pena. Chris Juan Swenson's probably going to head out there from Hawaii because he was out there for the last SnyderCon. SnyderCon. It's getting a little late. And I didn't get my nap today. So there's that. But it's like, no, there's a lot of that goes on with this shit. It's like literally at the place where you're going like, yeah, these guys are like just not going to fucking, get anything. They're not going to go like, right. But our boy, Mr. Ski Walker, has something else he wants to say on that one. And I think this is a good clip.
Hey man, Sil, hold up, yo. Look, they can sit there and be like, hey, look, they can try to gatekeep all they want to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better not be in my city. Y'all better not be nowhere near me, homie. You be better off taking it up to like, never mind. Let me not even, hey, because like still 100%, like if they was really, man, look, you can't hold no event down here and try to keep me out. Like, how you gonna do that? So if I'm in there, Still Nation is in the building. We all in there.
No, Still Nation.
I'm open the back door. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Still Nation gonna be in the building, April. I'm listening to what Lord Darkseid said.
Right?
That's some YouTuber.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in SnyderCon 2023. Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead. What you saying? Man.
Yeah, y'all can beg us not to come all y'all want to, man. But no. Like, we in the building. We in the building. You can't keep me out of nowhere in my city. 100%. You know what I'm saying? I pop up everywhere. So 100%.
Yep, there's no stopping Sill Nation, and there's definitely no stopping a Jedi.
Oh damn! This is why I'm not going, man. This is why I'm not gonna go.
But just Bat Dan right there. There's no stopping Sill Nation. There's no stopping the Jedi. The Jedi can use their Force mind trick on the guards to open the back door. These are not the Snyder bros you're looking for. These are locally chilled dudes. We're just chill fly guys. What are you? We're vibing with Zack. It's so fucking funny.
It's so cringe. It's so cringe. And it's like, this is why I said when they announced this, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going. Because everyone's like, are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? I'm like, even if I could go, because it's short notice, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Financially, I can't do it right now. But
yeah,
even if I could, I'm not gonna go, even if I could. Because like if those dudes show up, like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be anywhere. I don't want to be in the same area as those guys. I don't want to be under the same roof as those guys. Those guys will literally come up to me, try to get tough, and I'm going to jail. That's all I'm gonna say. Because that like, you just listen to that. Oh, you can't keep me out of any event when it's in my city. I mean, I'm sure the police will disagree. I'm sure the police would 100% disagree.
Oh no, you're right. You're absolutely right. See, the difference though is that like I could sit there and say that about San Diego, and I've got the bona fides to back that the fuck up, right? Because like in SD, for one, it's a small city, smaller than LA. We all know each other, but we also all generally tend to like each other. LA is a different beast. All right, if this takes place in Pasadena, and Skywalker is from where, like fucking Inglewood or Long Beach, whatever, right? That ain't the same city, man. Pasadena ain't even LA. All right. We make fun of motherfuckers that could say that they're from LA and they live in Pasadena. You know what I mean? Like, that's how that works. It's like you're from Pasadena, what, the 626? San Gabriel County? Fuck off. Right? Like, it doesn't mean anything. That's the funniest thing about that, right? And I'm waiting for StreamYard to kind of like catch up on itself. But there's another clip I want to play. And I just want StreamYard to like actually like, well, okay, let's see. It's only short, so this should work. Let's see if this works.
100%.
Yep, there's no stopping Cell Nation, and there's definitely no stopping a Jedi.
Right? Yo, if they couldn't stop me, why y'all still asking why they ain't keep me out of Stone Quarry? You know what I'm saying, right?
No. Real quick. Those coming in the back chat, no need.
Did you catch that, Saggy?
Yeah. You weren't at Stone Quarry. What do you mean? You didn't have to keep you out because you weren't there, dummy.
So this is why I love PowerPoint, because I was looking for these images and it was in my PowerPoint folder, which is why I was like, oh, I'll do a PowerPoint tonight. So yeah, so Skywalker, right? We've all laughed at this from a month ago. Actually a month ago yesterday, by the way, or just a couple days ago. We were laughing about this. Happy month anniversary. Right? He just the fucking flex. It's the flex of like, yo, I'm live from the La Quinta Inn. If you know, you know. Like, Jesus.
Right. And apparently that was a shot at me and some other girl. And he also was like, oh, well, I wasn't trying to be creepy. I was just trying to flex. Like, bro, I flex what? Like, I don't care about
doesn't he live with his mom? Like, I don't know, right?
I have no clue.
And so anyway, yeah, like just to reiterate this, like Sarah here says or asks, Stone Quarry is at Zack Snyder's house. It's actually not at his house. It is at a house or another place, but it's not his house. It's just another property that he works out of. But it is not in Los Angeles. He doesn't work in Los Angeles. Like I said, this is him with the full-on black suit Superman costume. With that, like, this is what my life has become look on his face. I still love the fifth grade science fair, poster board shit. It looks amazing. But I did, again, remember, I looked into this, right? Because this is Stone Quarry. This is Stone Quarry. It's this specific location. You can tell that it's a house, that it's a building, right? This is what Zack works out of. It's not his house, but it's just what he works out of. Is that this? No. And then again, just because I was able to find it, this is the image of him at the reverse shot of that. Again, still, it is not anywhere near where Zack actually is. What I love about this shit, guys, and every time they fucking talk, it just gets stupider and stupider and stupider. And you just kind of got to start at some point, ask yourself, like, are they just dumb?
No, yeah. I mean, that's not even a question. Yes, they are just dumb.
But it's just the fact that he's like, I went to Stone Quarry. No, dude. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. And when they were in Max's chat, right, there was a El Necron guy was there, and I had commented on that, and I said that he didn't even go to Stone Quarry. And he goes, oh no, he did go to Stone Quarry. And I'm like, no, he didn't go to Stone Quarry. And I proved it. And then of course they're like, whoa, I don't want to hear any of that stuff. I don't want to talk about that. That's the best part about it. That's the greatest part about it. Is all that shit. Hey, Andre's up. Andre, you want to come on in? You want to come in? You want to say hi?
Oh wait, Andre sent me a DM. Oh,
he did send you a DM. Ooh,
spicy.
Is it a dick message? Dick wrecked message. Sorry, I'm getting tired. So I just say the stupidest shit. Anyway, Mega Man X here wonders. You got to wonder if they can look at themselves in the mirror. You know what? They probably like don't even know that they're like that. To be fair, they probably don't even know that it's gotten to that specific point. You know, and it's so weird because like you think about it and you try to think about it, and you just go like, look, they're just so caught up on it. So at this particular point, it is what it is. But there was another little video I was sent. This is a message apparently from AI Zack Snyder to the crazies.
Guys, it's me, Zack, again. You know, I really didn't think I was going to come back, but due to recent announcements and backlash today, I just had to say something. So here it is. The Snyderverse has officially ended. It's done. I don't know how many times it's got to be said to get it through your I've never felt the touch of a real woman brains that it is done. It's like in Man of Steel when Superman murked the fuck out of Zod. Straight up snapped his neck, dog. He's gone for real, rip my brother piece. That kind of dead. Netflix just canceled a $100 million film and you think they're going to buy the rights to DC fucking Comics? Why can't you just be excited for the Snyderverse I am building at Netflix? Also, please stop harassing James. It's unnecessary and uncalled for. And keep my daughter's name out of your fucking mouths. It's weird shit for real on God 100. Some of you make me ashamed to have you as my fans. Get a job, get some pussy, and touch grass. Zack out.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It got too far. I got too far. At one point, it got too far. It got too far. But well, Jesus Christ.
Fourth here says, wow, AI really can't do voices. Can't do all voices. It just requires them to train the module, right? You got to train it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because we got to remember, if we're going to talk about what sounds good and what sounds actually like it was real, there's this.
Oh no! Oh no! Please.
I was asked to play this.
I
Saggy.
hate you all. I'm muting. I'm gonna go take care of my dog.
When I look into your almond eyes, I do not see the boy I am, but the man I must become to possess you. I want to take all of the pain from your soul, and in the passion factory of my heart, transform it into functional joy. I want to take your hand by the Charles River, and with all Boston as witness, take you as my wife, and we shall sing and dance and drink, and then I shall whisper in your ear, let rivers run wild, or let them be damned. My perfect Saggy.
It's too good. It's too good.
I lay my masculinity at the altar.
The altar
of your maidenhood.
Of your maidenhood. I lay my masculinity at the altar of your maidenhood. So good. Mo here for 2. Thank you. Says, how wrong is Mikey? Y2K wrong or 2012 wrong? I mean, I'm going to go with 2012 wrong because Y2K was at least a legitimate fear because we didn't know. 2012, we knew, you know, we had solid ideas that nothing was going to happen. Oh my God. Wait, Max. Oh, Max is actually here. Oh shit, I'm lurking, and that's funny as hell, dude. It's so quotable. And I lay my masculinity down at the altar of your maidenhood. I just imagine RJ like playing fucking Elden Ring and listening to this on repeat. It's like, I am no longer
I
made
came
in
back
this.
at a bad time.
Sorry.
I came back at the worst possible time.
You did. You really did. Oh god damn, that's amazing. That cracks me the fuck up, dude. Oh, thank you for that, Ash. That's so the Spanish guitar, you know? It's just the melody, like
I was cracking up in the other room because I had my headphones on. Then I came back and saw the screen. I was like, "Yep, that just killed my vibe."
Sorry. Nicotina says, I'm sick in bed, and this is what I get to watch. AI RJ confessing his love to Saggy. Oh, yeah, it's pure cinema, 100%.
Andre's just mad because no one made one for him yet.
We could. I know Ash made this one. I don't know who did the Zack Snyder one. It's not me. I have not. I'm a little weary, like, to mess. I like messing around with the AI stuff, but it's like I'm a little weary to use other people's voices. You know? Like, I would love to figure out just how to do it for my voice and then just, like, not worry about it, you know? Like, to train it to be like,
Wow.
yeah.
Andre, that hurts my feelings.
Let's see. Don Odin here says, real RJ will make version 2 of that. Oh my God. What if we get RJ to actually record that text? Could we get him to perform it? Could we get him to read it?
Please don't.
Just come on. Just to have RJ, just to hear him legitimately say, and I will lay my masculinity down at the altar of your maidenhood. Come
Do you know why I feel like no one's done one for me? Because I don't think the AI's got my voice down.
I mean, it just sounds like a horse.
Shut the hell up. Punch you in your throat. I will karate chop.
Oh, sorry. That's Jesus. Wow. AI sounds so lifelike these days.
That's the sound you make when you ejaculate.
Thank you.
Wasn't a compliment. I'm drinking pickle juice.
Yeah, pickle juice is good. I ain't gonna knock you for that one.
I got the pickle in the pouch. Oh my God. So good. I was getting the spicy one.
You just got a pickle in the pouch, huh?
Yeah, I got pickle in my pouch. Yeah, check your DM, Matt. I sent you. Oh yeah, sorry, Nicotina, I forgot.
Yeah.
It's a giant pickle too.
Yeah, so is it the okay, so hold on here. All right, this is the David Ayer tweet, right? So this guy here, Teases, who's an annoying fucker. Okay, so wait, what did Ayer say here? All right, so the Ayer cut says, I know there are multiple cuts tested, but in your opinion, did they land on the worst possible cut to release? Test screenings are held for a reason, and to think that they ignored the initial positive feedback from the cut screen that was closer aligned with yours is crazy. And then he says, oh, my cut was never tested. Wow, that's interesting. What? My hate for Jeff Johns and Toby Emmerich grows more and more every day. Well, Jeff Johns wasn't involved during that time there, buddy. It wasn't even Jeff Johns. It was Kevin Tushihara and Toby Emmerich. Just as an FYI. He says, Toby had nothing to do with it, and he wasn't in leadership at that time. Toby's a good guy. Wow. That's right. He didn't come into play till 2018.
Hot take, Daddy.
Oh, my God. Yeah, David Ayer out there. He's going to lose everybody. Oh, my God. David Ayer coming out there defending Toby Emmerich. Jesus Christ. Oh, what is this here? Rational Skeptic says, Robert Meyer Burnett is on with Zod Rider and telling Zod Rider how Gunn is a good guy and how he worked with Gunn and Zod Rider. And Zod Rider looks like he has the stank eye. I mean, that's kind of what resting bitch face looks like, to be fair. You know? So it is just that. But man, all right, good guy David Ayer, man, coming out and actually saying some shit. Because that's the thing is like the timeline of events. I think a lot of Snyder fans don't understand it. But, I heard when I was listening to Enosh's stream earlier, and there was that whole thing that one of the Nerd Queens has said, like, to a lot of people, their first real interaction with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman were all through Zack Snyder. And maybe that's in part as to why some people take it as far as they do. Because this was their first interaction with them, right? Like, this was the cherry pop. They ain't going to forget it. I wonder if that's a reality.
Well, that's why I said earlier is that a lot of these alleged fans, they're like not real, like hardcore fans. They're fans of like one thing, right? So you have the DC fans who are fans of the movies, the TV shows. Then you have the fans who are fans of the comic books. You can be multiple, like you can be fans of DC Comics and the movies. No one's saying you can't, but it just seems like that's where the divide kind of is, where you have fans of the comic books that have been there for a while. Like there are people who are excited for any fan who's excited for Creature Commandos and the Authority clearly has read those comic books. That's why when I sit there and say, like, those to me are fans who actually are more entitled to like speak on these things than everybody else. Because everyone's like, oh, nobody cares about Creature Commandos and Authority. The people who read the freaking comics do, because they're hardcore DC fans. They've read all of the comics. Everything that DC put out, they probably have read it. So you're now fighting with people who are veterans. And it's not really gatekeeping. It's just more so you guys feel more entitled than people who have been around longer and are saying, hey, we're excited for this. And they're like, oh, well, it's shit. It's like, okay, it's shit to you, but there is clearly an audience that wants to consume it. So how about you take a back seat then?
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice, but they don't have anything else to do with their life.
Well, like AI Zack said, go get laid, touch a vagina.
Yes.
Or dick if you're into dicks. You know, can't be discriminating.
I mean, sure. That is entirely possible. Although there is a member chat, Ash Eternal, member for 16 months. Thank you. Saying here, no one's done one of you saggy that you know of.
I feel like that's a threat.
I feel like that is an absolute threat.
That's a threat, Ash. It's okay. I consent to you making God knows what you're going to do with my voice. But Ash, I trust you and I know you'll make it funny. So you have at it. I think Ash is fucking hilarious when Ash does the AI stuff. I love it, even though the RJ one was pretty cringe, but you know.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I missed a super chat. Which super chat did I miss? Ash or the member chat? Because I just got the member chat. Pretty sure I got the super chat.
Ash, please don't listen to the chat. Do not do one of me reciprocating RJ's feelings. Please, I beg you. I beg you. Anything but that.
You fucking moron. Because now he's going to do it. You now go like, oh, please don't do this is basically just, and then you just said, I consent to
Ash, you don't love me if you do it. You don't love me if you do
it. Listen.
Ash, you don't love me if you do it.
Listen. You struck gold with RJ. You struck gold with that RJ one.
Don't give it a peer pressure.
Give me a funny saggy one. Thank you for your consent. Yes. Yes.
Nah, I don't care.
Is this going to be saggy going like, RJ, you want some donkeys?
I don't care if he
you want
does.
some donkeys.
I genuinely don't care if he does that. It'll be funny regardless. I trust Ash to make it funny. And yes, I give you my consent. Therefore, you have consent. Ash has consent. The rest of you don't touch me. Touch my voice.
Rational here says I already have Saggy's voice in AI.
Do you?
Dude, I guarantee you they got a lot of my voice too.
You know what? If the fact that we haven't heard it, Rational, I'm very sus of what you did with my AI voice. If you have my AI voice talking dirty to you, I'm going to question you. Y'all better not make AI making me moan and groan for y'all freaks, because that's what I feel like y'all are going to do with my voice. They're going to make my AI go, yes, daddy. Yes, daddy, skeptical. Oh, yeah. I see you. I sus of you.
I mean, to be fair, you just kind of said it, so they don't really need to make it an AI.
That's also true.
I'm just saying.
Y'all are a bunch of degenerates, and I love you for it. Never change. Never change.
Real weird. Doom Pig says, I'm really not convinced this is even going to be a DC-related announcement, because it's not. There's going to be DC stuff there, but it's not going to be a DC-related announcement. It's going to be its own thing. It's going to culminate full circle. What else is a circle? A moon, like that's what it's going to be. And I have a feeling that what we're going to get out of that is the announcement that Netflix has re-upped their deal with their first look deal with Zack, because that expires in like June, I think.
Right. Oh, I know. I talked about this too, because remember how we talked about circling back? Full circle, guys. Full circle. When you were talking about when Mikey was talking about, oh, Zack's going to have to address it. I'm sure he's going to address it, but it's going to be vague, and it's going to be like, well, yeah, I would love to still do it, but right now Rebel Moon, and they're going to take that as, see, he wants to do it. He wants to do it. He wants to do it. No, he's saying he would love to do it, but there's a but there. a big butt, it's usually you guys who has the butt on your faces.
If I can, you know what I might do? I might have a way. I might if there's a super chat where I could like pay like $20 to get him to answer the question, I would do it. I'd be like, you once said that you will never say no to a paying customer. So what are your thoughts on the continuation of the Snyder?
Oh my God. You're such a troll.
Listen. I don't look at myself as being a troll in the traditional sense. That is what I have is a legit question. It's the legit, ethically sourced, free range question. All right. It's not processed. It's not anything. It's me going, hey, listen, this is something that you've said. I would like to get clarification on that, as well as apply that logic to something else. It's a very straightforward question. You've said you will never say no to a paying customer. Do you want to continue making DC movies at Warner Brothers? That's an honest question, because he would be like, he wouldn't answer it. The thing is that the thing that sucks though is he would not answer it truthfully. And the key,
I disappoint his fans, and I understand that. Like, the last thing you want to do is disappoint your fans, but at the same time, it's like, oh, these aren't even fans. Like, these are just like bandwagoners. Like, people wanted to call me a bandwagoner back in the day, and I was like, I wasn't a bandwagoner. I just legit came in late in the game, and then was like, oh, I empathize with what Zack went through. So like, that's like, it was literally that. But these aren't actual Zack fans. These are just people who are like grifting off of this and using it to exploit the actual fans who actually do care about it, because they have nothing else going on in their lives. And it's just, these aren't fans of Zack. These are orbiters, people who are using Zack's name and Zack's tragedy for profit and clout. And it's disgusting, which is why I call it out all the time. That's why a lot of us call it out, because that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's very true. And unfortunately, those guys are so entrenched with their own bullshit, really, that they don't want to see the truth.
No, they don't, because they can't, because the truth is hard, guys. The truth is hard. Reality, living in the real world's hard. The pandemic showed us how crazy people get when they're stuck inside without social interactions, and they now have to like dive into the online world, and now that is all they know. Pandemic fucked up people's brains.
It's just annoying. It's just, you would love it if they would just kind of stop. But it's like, again, listening to those clips, they're just working themselves up. They're hyping themselves up, like, there's nowhere in this city I can't get myself into. I'm going to go and, hold the door open for people. Right. I'm going to J6 the Snyder Con.
You missed the comments of them talking about throwing hands.
Really? No, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't. What are they going to slap fight a motherfucker? What the hell's going on?
Hold on. I think RJ sent me a clip. Hold on. Let me look.
All right. Yeah. If you got it, I didn't see a clip on that one there. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay. So I'm being told that, that Robert Meyer Burnett, is talking about, oh my God, is talking about all that stuff. And, Zod just is sitting there looking like, why? Jesus, I don't even want to bring it up. I can't make fun of the guy. I would love to make fun of the guy, but I can't. I just feel bad. I just feel bad about that. Anyway. All right. Okay.
It wasn't a clip. So RJ showed me like some of the chat, and one of the comments I posted on Twitter, but they're like, oh, if you swing down, then you're going to hit somebody. Like basically they were talking about how they were going to like throw down on people and like swing, like people were going to catch hands and stuff. And I'm like, bro, like, first of all, y'all would get knocked out by people you're claiming you're going to go after, because these people are like, just because they're YouTube content creators don't mean they don't got muscle, bro. And second of all, most of the people who you got beef with probably won't be able to make it because of short notice. But even if they were, if you really thought you were going to roll up on somebody and throw hands, oh, y'all are going to be in for a rude awakening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a fair amount of fun to watch that shit go down. Honestly, God, that'd be more fun than anything else that they could possibly show us for the rest of it, though. Let me think. Is there anything else that I needed to show? No, I think we're okay. Is there anything else that you want to touch upon, or? Oh no, yeah, that's right. That's right. I need to go take a look at the HWAD Squad Unplugged.
The what?
Oh, it's the members. It's the mailbag stuff. So I called it HWAD Squad Unplugged.
Butt
yeah,
plugged?
Unplugged.
Butt plug?
No, what?
I'm just kidding. By the way, speaking of which, now I see your little Pornhub like logo thing there. They just dropped a documentary on Pornhub. You should probably give it a watch. It's actually pretty.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I know Sherry DeVille put out an op-ed on it the other day because she's in it, and then she actually like wrote an actual op-ed about like her appearance in the documentary, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You know, more or less, she's just like, Pornhub is bad, but not as bad as let's say what comes underneath Pornhub. So what else is out there? Come. Wow. I don't really want to. I don't want to show the Dead or Alive trailer, man. Not right now. We've had a good. I don't want to risk getting copyrighted again.
Yeah, because it's gonna.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. It's a Dead or Alive. It's a Dead or Alive trailer. Mo here says, "Don't go Gavin McGinnis on us. Keep it in your pants." Why would I pull it out? I have no reason.
It's okay. It's small like Gavin's was. You won't be able to see it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. If that's what you want to go with there.
Yeah.
I do live in. It is currently 35 degrees outside, so it is chilly.
Stop trying to justify yourself.
It is chilly, folks. You know what they say. Chilly Willy. So small. Anyway, so we got some audience questions or channel member questions. Again, I kind of, I dropped that.
Good job.
I know I hit the wrong button there. All right, so let's see what we got. We got Blessing here saying, I guess with the news of James Gunn's directing, what would your expectations for Chapter 1? And do you think it can compete with the rest of the superhero movies in 2025, i.e. Batman 2 and Kang Dynasty? At this point, I would argue that I think Superman Legacy is going to be the premier film of 2025 because of the hype that's going to lead up to it. We know the Batman 2 is going to be good. We can largely assume that the Kang Dynasty is going to be good because it's an Avengers movie, basically. I think it is an Avengers movie and stuff. So we know what to expect. We know some of our favorites are going to be in it, and we know some new characters are going to be in it, and we know Marvel. Whatever you feel about Marvel in general, those big movies generally do really well. So I'm not too worried about that. I don't know what the expectations for Chapter 1 are going to be with the Gods and Monsters, but I do think that that whatever Gunn does for this is going to be really, really fascinating. And I want to see what he's going to do with it. So I think Superman Legacy right now has my top spot for most anticipated in 2025. And that's just because the other stuff I can kind of already tell you I'm going to like, but I'm most curious to see all this stuff, right? So anyway, thank you for that, Blessing. And then Spherical Man here says, between you don't know and if you know, when will Scotty know?
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know. I went to a party in Milwaukee, and the brother, Michelle Trachtenberg's brother in the movie, was there.
Oh, no shit.
In Milwaukee. And he knew me. He's like, hey, you're Mundane Matt. And I was like, hey, you're the guy from Eurotrip. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? How do you know my shit? And then I'm also like, it's been 19 years since Eurotrip came out. Weird. That's so weird to think that, by the way. I love Eurotrip. It's such a good movie. Anyway, Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. Anyway, my channel here says, no question, love you, buddy. Oh, thank you, my channel. Really appreciate that. And then Music Man here was excited for me to answer this. He asks, why did Zack make that post? I hope he is not in the DCU, and now those damn fans have a shit ton of new hope. Okay, so Zack, we have to, I think, disconnect Zack from the DCU. Zack wants to do something that is for, for AFSP, right? For suicide prevention. That's what his mission is. That's what he's doing. We have to look at it from that perspective. That's going to be what I personally think ends up being the biggest takeaway from that, right? And I know that not everybody out there, wants that. I know they want him to just like shun the DC fans, but like I said, he'll never actually tell a paying customer that he'll never say no. He's admitted this, so there's no point in even wondering what he's doing. He's just going to do what he wants to do, quite frankly. That's about it. That is about it. So the Snyder Con is on. Saggy, are you gonna watch? You gonna pay attention?
Probably not. I'll just wait for all the clips to come out that are notable to talk about.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do the same thing.
I have no interest in the, because like I said, I was not too happy because the first thing I knew was gonna happen is all the friggin' crazies are gonna be like, oh yeah, oh my god, it's happening, guys, look, it's happening, and I'm just like, oh, I legit hate people.
Yeah, I think for me, it boils down to the fact that, like I would love to go to SnyderCon.
I would only go for people that are going. I wouldn't even go just for the convention. I'd just go to meet people.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely something you can do. For me, I would want to go see it for that, in part of that, right? To meet the people, to meet and hang out with the people. Like I'd like to meet, Dave and Chris and everything else. And I'm sure like some people there would want to like I'm sure if Dawson showed up, like we'd probably get into a physical altercation. He fucking hates me.
I don't think so. He's not going to fight. Dawson's not a fighter.
He would, well, what it would be is if he says anything, like I go for the jugular. So I'd just be like, why don't you take off your shirt and show me the magic underwear, boy?
Dawson's not I don't think Dawson's confrontational.
He's
IRL.
a big motherfucker, though. Like, I'm a barking motherfucker. He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, but I don't think he's confrontational.
I'd have to climb him and treat him like Master Blaster, I'm
sorry, what?
Fucking Beyond Thunderdome shit.
Okay. All right. Alrighty then.
Hold on. Rational, no, bro. No. I don't want you to make erotic saggy audio. I don't. I am.
I mean, I'm not against it. I'm curious. Listen, I'm not good at talking dirty. So if you can make me sound good talking dirty, I challenge you to do so. I personally don't care. I mean, it's AI. It's not like there's anything I can do to stop anyone from doing whatever the hell they want with AI. But hey, I mean, I'm flattered if you guys are using it to make me say dirty things to you. Like, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate all of this. Yeah, that's still a little bit fucking weird. I
mean, they do deep fakes on women all the time. I'm not surprised anymore when it comes to I'm over it.
You're all like, as long as you don't like Photoshop me on like a deep fake me on the body of a much younger, more nubile woman getting pounded. I won't. That's not what I want at all. That's not at all what I mean. No, just don't do that. Sounds like you're trying to kind of tell them to do it.
I mean, I can't stop them either way. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. Like, what can I do? Cry about it?
Yeah, sure.
You perverts.
They're all. Let's see. Irrational says here, Saggy, can I use your AI voice as a custom Skyrim companion I'm making?
Sure.
That's a fucking thing right there, guys. That's the thing. No, I mean, like that's a crazy ass thing right there. Like, let me make you the voice for my custom Skyrim companion. For one, you're making custom Skyrim companions that have like actual like voice dialogue, and you want to make one saggy.
I mean, hey, to each their own.
You know, I just imagine like walking into a cave. What's this? A cave? Wow. Looks like Star Wars in here.
Let's go get some water for a cave.
Yeah, wow. Water. You know, this is a nice cave. It's nice. It's right next to HWAD. I can put a donkeys right here in the corner. It's going to be great. There's the Irish Catholic Church, and of course we have to get married before you get some of the booty.
Okay, all right. We ain't getting the booty.
Star Wars.
There
we go. I think that's there we have it. So yeah, I think Rational's gonna have we should have AI competitions so you can come up with the funniest shit for AI.
I mean, that's true. Oh, somebody asked in the chat where they could follow me. I mean, I'm on Twitter, Saggy Melons with a Z, and I have my own YouTube channel where I talk drama.
That is true. She talks a lot of drama. Like, if you see your thumbnail of hers and you're like, I don't know what's going on, just don't click on it.
I mean, I do movie talk sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do the movie talk. But yeah, most of it's drama. I'm a drama channel, so I mean.
Some drama's fun. Personally, it's like I just can't keep up with it. Because I'll see people go like, oh, did you see this? I'm like, just fucking give me a clip, man. You know, like even the people that I kind of because I don't like to hate watch people. So I might I don't hate watch people religiously, but I might tune in just okay, what are they saying? And then I'm just like, oh, okay. It's really nothing interesting. You know, it's just it's so stupid. A lot of this shit's really stupid. Anyway, it's time for me to go to bed because it's midnight. I'm old, kids. Yeah, this is what happens when the 40-year-old don't take his afternoon nap. I'm all like, I could nap or I could watch The Last of Us, which I do need to do a video talking about that because the whole season was really good. But I played the video games, so I already knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And some things were clearly different, but it pretty much nailed it. It did it. You know? I was like, all right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you, Jesus fucking Christ, be sure to check out Saggy Melons with a Z. Don't Google it with no Z. Google it with a Z. Check her out. I'll be back on tomorrow. I should be back on tomorrow night. Maybe a little bit later because I do want to see Shazam if I possibly can, but I it's not a high priority, which is probably just where things are right now with that kind of stuff. But if you guys enjoy the stream, please leave a like. What do we? I didn't even see what we ended up with tonight. We got 41 likes, 86 people still watching. Do me a solid, guys. Crack that like. Let's get to 50. We can get to 50. And yeah, if you guys want to become a channel member, help out that way, you can join up on the HWAD Squad Unplugged, which is a good way to ask questions. You know, guaranteed that I read them. And I'll chit chat with y'all on the flip side. Have yourself a good one and peace the fuck out.